Peace. What's good, fam? Up here late night, man. Day before Thanksgiving. I don't really celebrate for many reasons. That's not the purpose of this video. I am thankful for life. Don't ever get that twisted. But had a rough day today. Come across a couple realizations about life. 2020. Relationships, love, situationships, helping others, trying to be everything I was raised to be, trying to pay forward some of the things that were given to me in my youth. So, I'm coming out of a situationship. Situationship is, to me, is a long distance relationship online with someone you never meet or that you end up not meeting. And very few people know this story, but I did a video about it on my YouTube page, which I hope that you are subscribed to, Mr. Samumba. And, the situationship kind of ended on Monday when I found out that the woman that thought I was building toward meeting and going further after the meeting, I thought that, if possible, we could end up together. We seem to have this connection and this vibe. And it basically didn't work out. I found out that she, ended up having somebody. She ended up having someone else that she didn't tell me about. Now, I made a lot of mistakes in this, and don't crucify me when I tell you guys some of the things that I did that was really idiotic, like sending money, like putting my heart out there on the line and making all these plans, and a lot happened. A lot of arguments, a lot of disagreements. I wasn't perfect. I am kind of impatient sometimes, and that's one of my shortcomings. Sometimes I feel like, man, you should know this by now. You should know what a healthy relationship is. Like I'm saying this to my partner. And not realizing that I've done the work, done a lot of the work, still doing a lot of the work. I'm still not perfect. But there's certain things that I am that I think make me a candidate for a healthy relationship. I gotta work on my patience. I have low patience, but I am loyal. I don't cheat. I don't lie. I don't steal. I do everything I can to help out my partner. And in this case, she had a son who I developed a bond with. Now, I have covered this on a previous video. This, I don't even know if I can call it a wound at this point, because there was a lot of disrespect, especially towards the last couple months. And certain things you say to people that it's not love. Certain things you do that it's not respect. And when you take shots at someone who's doing everything they can for you to help you and your child out, mentally, monetarily, and otherwise, and you still have the audacity to say certain things that are disrespectful, and then for me to eventually find out that you have someone else who is quote unquote marriage ready. And the thing about it is, besides coronavirus stopping me from going over to make the initial visit, I was at a point where, the money that I was trying to put towards the trip was actually going to her for her business, for her move. She moved, and I'm starting to think, was that her only intention in this whole thing? She moved from one country to another in Africa. And she had a business that wasn't making money, it wasn't turning over enough money, and I'm thinking sending this money to help her with the business. She still has the business, it's still functioning, but that money could have been going towards the trip or something else. So that's about the closest I'm going to get to blaming myself, because I'll take the L and I'll be the one that says I made the initial mistake. But, I had this thought in my mind, and I've covered this probably on a couple of videos now, that I thought women born in Africa were a little different. I thought they were a little less colonized, a little less westernized, a little more honest, a little more truthful. And I know many that are. But in this case, the way that it ended up, it kind of proved otherwise. I should be hurt. I put in over a year talking to this sister, quote unquote. But I feel like I won't say that I dodged a bullet, because it wouldn't have gone any further with the disrespect not addressed. And if you love someone, you don't just talk to them any kind of way. Especially when they're doing all they can for you. You don't make light of their situation as well. And some of you know I'm a fire victim. I'm still waiting for the repairs to my house. Insurance and all this other stuff, and possibly finding another place. So, sister made light of that. My age, I'm a little older than her, but I'm in good shape. Let me just put it like that. Yeah, man, there was a lot of things that happened that I'll probably get into more detail before, but I guess I need to say that online relationships are situationships, and they don't work until you actually meet that person and spend time with that person. If you don't have a filter, I'm speaking to the sisters now. If you don't have a filter, you haven't healed, or you're not healing, and you don't know how to forgive, you don't know how to check yourself, you don't know how to positively check your man, no real man wants that. And even though I found out about this situation, her being with someone else in the wrong way, it was still kind of leaning towards that, because there were so many things that happened that just were not cool. And if I'm out here grinding for you every day, grinding for us, and I'm still getting disrespect, little comments like, well, you're not Bill Gates, you know what I'm saying? Or I don't want to hear about some of your difficulties that you're going through. I mean, this chick says this to me, and I'm out here supporting her with a move that I didn't even agree on. It made no sense, And I don't know if you're ever watching this, X or whatever you are, whatever we want to call ourselves, whatever we did, talk for us so long. You know what? I wish you the best. I wish you love. But, I don't ever want to be back with you. And I don't see why you blocked me, on the WhatsApp, because if it's over, it's over. And if you are disloyal and you have someone and you still asking for or saying you need money or listing how much you need, you know, that's just bottom of the barrel. And I saw little things throughout the relationship that weren't cool. You know, little disrespectful things. And if you're watching this, you need to learn how to respect. I was disrespectful at times, and I apologize for that. Still apologize for that. And I'm not saying I'm perfect. But, you know, I always felt that this sister could grow into something more, you know, but being angry, reacting angrily to everything, not looking at things for chances to grow is not healthy. Trying to be a savage, that doesn't work. If I wanted to be with a savage, a woman with a savage mentality or whatever, I could just stay right here in the Bronx and try to date. But that was my mistake. No disrespect to women born in America that are black or throughout the world. I just really thought that sisters in the continent were different. And I think a lot of them are in certain ways. But the more you are Americanized and colonized, the more negative you can be sometimes. Just sad to say. If you know more about Megan the Stallion than Miriam Makeba, even though she's an older singer, that really says a lot. So I'm not in my feelings about this. I'm cool with it not being like this because I can't grow with somebody that doesn't want to grow within themselves. Again, I'm not blaming that person, you know, but I'll take the L first and foremost. And I'm the type of person that believes in reciprocity. And I didn't get that. And I really should check myself. So my only hope and thought at this point is I really still hope that if I ever correspond with the sister again, that me and her son could continue a relationship, at least communicate with each other, because I have developed a bond. And, you know, I don't wish anything bad upon the sister. Even if I had it like that, if I really had it like that and she was in an emergency, I would help. I'm not a cold brother like that. But, you know, I don't see, first of all, you got somebody else while you were supposedly still talking to me, didn't tell me nothing about it. Then I had to find out from somebody else. I know it's true as well. But, so there's no coming back from the disloyalty thing. You know, I guess, no, I won't say that. People can say that they made mistakes and come back. And if the change behavior is really real and they're really ready to evolve, you know, then I could rock with that. So I'm not totally ever shutting the door. But the way ego works, it seems in this case, that ain't happening with this individual. It seems like she's angry with the world or the way she reacts. And I don't want an angry woman. I want a peaceful woman. I want a happy woman. I want a black woman that knows who her enemy is and knows that her enemy isn't me. And that's the bottom line. So there's more to this story, of course. But, you know, I did my part. I'm not mad. You know, I got a lot of rebuilding to do. Lost some money on this situation. But I'll get that money back. You know, I'm a legal hustler. I'm talented. I'm creative. And, yeah, it's going to be all right. I just want to put out to the sisters that there are good guys out here. You know, I'm a kind person and everybody calls me kind and sweet and generous and thoughtful. That's cool. I try to be that because someone was like that towards me. But it's not just about that. It's about trying to build the village, build community. I want to respect my mom, who's no longer here, and treat every woman that I come across with dignity and respect and kindness and generosity, you know. So it's necessary more than just it being a good thing that we brothers step up and be good to our sisters, and that we also take responsibility for even children that aren't ours, you know. And for me, my connection to this sister, that's the only thing that I would request or that I want, that we can continue the relationship with the son. I don't know if that's gonna happen. You know, her man, she got a man now, so it's whatever. But I'm happy to not. I'm happy that I wouldn't have compromised myself to this situation anyway. You know, I wouldn't have gone through with the marriage. I wouldn't have gone through any further if this attitude continued. You know, people need to learn respect. Sisters need to learn respect. Brothers need to. We all need to learn respect, reciprocity, and you know, being unconditional and truly committing to growing. And this situation wasn't that, and that's why I'll never shed a tear for this situation. Not only with the way that it ended, but just looking back at some of the disrespect. We need to really check how we talk to people, black men and women, period, but particularly black men and women. We are not each other's enemy, and we shouldn't get involved in relationships if we aren't healed or healing. Anyway, I wanted to make this video 10 minutes long at least, and it's 16. I hope that you guys watch this full thing. I'm gonna go live soon, one day, when I get to 1,000 subscribers, when I can go live. I'm a little over 200 more left to go. But anyway, so look, I am open to, I'm not trying to get into no new relationship, but I'm open to sisters that are artistic, that are spiritual, that are willing to grow, they know how to be a friend. I'm working on 2 books right now. I'm working on 2 different projects right now. I'm editing my old book. So I'm looking for somebody that's kind of on that tip, the artist tip, the community activist tip, the spiritual tip. As friends, fellas as well, you know, if we're on the same page. You know, I'm not like bisexual or anything, but I'm just saying. I eventually want to be back in a relationship with a sister, but I ain't in no rush at all. Ain't nobody getting younger, but I don't want to step into something that is draining. And in a lot of ways, this situation was draining. You know, I had love for this person all the way through, even towards the end, because I thought that they could change, and I thought that they were being honest and truthful and loyal, but they weren't. And she was dropping little clues all along the way anyway. You know, saying little things like, oh, you need to get out here before I get somebody else or somebody gets me. And then like 2 or 3 weeks ago, she's like, you know, I'm a single mom. You're single. You can see who you want. I can see who I want. Like little stuff like that I should have just known, you know. So a lot of foul stuff happened, but it's whatever. Anyway, 18 minutes long. Anyway, so if you watch this video, please like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Please help me get to 1,000 so I can start going live and do some live streams and talk about issues, not only relationships, but I talk about politics, culture, art, writing, poetry, love, you name it. Life in America, life in New York City. Anyway, have a good night. If you're watching this late night, give me a holler, drop me a note, comment. I love you guys. Peace.